So we've seen Nightmare Freddy, Bonnie and Chica, so it only seems that Nightmare Foxy is the one to be seen last.
Yes, and I have a very bad feeling that we're not going to like what we see.
I have a feeling we've actually seen Nightmare Foxy already.
Ooh, interesting.
So, what is going on, guys? This is Ryan here.
And this is the Ryan here.
And today we're going to be talking about something really interesting in regards to Nightmare Foxy. Now, a lot of the community is speculating that the next teaser we might see on ScottGames.com is of course going to be Nightmare Foxy. We've seen the main three mascots. It makes sense, doesn't it?
Yeah, it definitely does.
But we're going to actually be presenting a little bit of evidence for you guys, which might suggest that the Nightmare Foxy has already been seen by us in Five Nights at Freddy's 2 in one of the death minigames.
A while back we made a video speaking about how Foxy could have been an extra suit that you can actually get inside, and we suggested that the Foxy that we're seeing in the unnamed Foxy minigame is actually got someone inside it and actually goes to kill the children.
Yeah, and this whole idea came from the whole pink guy, wasn't it? We kind of saw him to the side, and it was in between this. We run 3 times in total, and it's on the final run, ironically, when the 5 children are actually dead, that we see this guy stood there with a very large grin on his face, seemingly looking on to what Foxy is about to see. Now, a lot of people originally, they said that this probably wouldn't work because it seems like there's 2 main animatronics that have this spring crank ability, wasn't it?
Yeah.
But there's a lot of hints now towards these new Nightmare animatronics possibly having the same ability, and that is because of one key distinctive feature, and that is that they all seem to be having 5 fingers.
Yeah, it's still debatable whether or not these Nightmare animatronics are actually real, but maybe this minigame actually offers some light on if they are real or not.
Yeah, and I think the first thing we have to think about is, of course, their condition, because they're very damaged, and we've mentioned this a lot, but they're withered in a very similar style to Springtrap, aren't they?
Yes, they are, yeah.
So this alone could hint towards them possibly being maybe in existence before Five Nights at Freddy's 2.
Yeah, and it makes you think, like, I don't know, because I've said in previous videos, why don't we see these Nightmare animatronics? Like, obviously there must have been some kind of prototype and they just went extremely wrong, but maybe this minigame actually shows us why they scrapped these Nightmare animatronics if they are real.
Ah, maybe because the phone guy seems to take a very prominent liking to Foxy, and ironically it's the 4th Nightmare character we're about to see by the looks of things.
Yes.
And I think a really important factor that we have to consider towards this minigame here in comparison to the Five Nights at Freddy's 2 withered guys is that this guy looks actually distinctively different from the withered animatronics, and just the overall layout of where this Foxy minigame seems to take place. It seems like the establishment is just 2 rooms, and it looks very different, doesn't it?
Yeah, I mean, also what you're saying there, they look different. The sprites in each minigame look very different as well, as we can see in this unnamed minigame. Foxy's wearing what appears to be shorts, but in the Save Them minigame, he's just red with metal legs.
Yeah, and it also appears that there's something which is a bit different with the arm as well. If we actually look in the Save Them, Help Them minigame, it seems like there's just an exposed metal arm, so it's quite clear we're seeing these animatronics after they've definitely been withered and damaged, but you know, this guy here, he looks completely clean, and if these guys seem to be coming from a similar genre, then it does make you think, like, this must be a different and totally unique suit in comparison to these withered animatronics.
Yeah, and it also makes you think, you know, was the pink guy behind what we're seeing?
Well, yeah, I was going to say, there's been a lot of talk about the purple guy in recent months. That's pretty much solely based on the fact that Five Nights at Freddy's 3, it mostly revolves around him, really, doesn't it?
Yeah.
For obvious reasons, of course. He's the main guy inside of Springtrap, and just the whole Springtrap thing, it's like Springtrap is a relation to Bonnie. It's like a generation suit there, and as we've said before, it doesn't make sense why the main mascot, aka the phone guy, would kind of perish and be stuffed into the predecessor's suit. So I think there's definitely some undercover things we don't know yet, and I definitely think that if this is set prior to Five Nights at Freddy's 2, then this pink guy may have been in existence then, and it leaves a lot of questions up in the air at the minute as to who was responsible for these original murders.
So yeah, hopefully in Five Nights at Freddy's 4, if we are correct with this pink guy and purple guy theory, then I don't know, maybe we'll find out more about this character.
Yeah, it seems to make sense. I mean, Five Nights at Freddy's 4, the final chapter, we know a little about this pink guy, and yet Five Nights at Freddy's 3 seem to be mostly oriented around this purple guy. So, you know, maybe we'll find out a lot more about this character here. He's a very mysterious, and quite frankly, we don't actually know a lot of solid evidence towards this pink guy. So I think we need a lot of questions answered in regards to that.
Indeed.
So there we have it, guys. There's once again another interesting theory for you all. This one was discussing if in the unnamed Foxy minigame, the Foxy character we see may actually be Nightmare Foxy. Be sure to comment your own opinions on this down below.
And if you guys did enjoy the video, why not leave a like? And if you're new around here, why not subscribe for more theories like this and also some gameplay?
You got it. So thank you very much for watching the video, guys. And we'll, of course, see you on the next one.
Goodbye, guys.
Want to see even more content from us?
Consider liking and subscribing to ensure you'll see all content in the foreseeable future.
And hey, why not check out our past 2 videos?